rights in Jamaica, and looking at how media has been portraying children. And by children, I want to be very specific that I'm talking about poor and working class children in Jamaica, like Afro-Jamaicans of a certain class, how they are portrayed, because it's very different depending on class, how children are portrayed in media in Jamaica. And so our laws in Jamaica are very much targeting poor and working class children. They all people, children from middle upper class are not subjected to a lot of the laws and the governing laws in family law, in juvenile justice law, as poor and working class children from poor and working class backgrounds are. And so the fight for legislation and for policy that treats poor and working class children in a fair light has been a very challenging one, because one of the things we buck up against consistently is how they are portrayed in the media. And so I used this first image. This was a couple of years ago, about developers, investing heavily in security, because children, notice they use the word minors here, which we'll come back to about terminology, are among, the crooks stealing windows and doors. And at this time, this is, as I said, 2001, during this time, there is a discussion by parliament, by politicians, about the need for harsher laws against children who are coming in contact with the criminal justice system. And it is not, what I will show today is that it is not indicative of what is actually happening on the ground. It is not even indicative of the government's own data, which of course we must always be skeptical of. But even the data they show does not show this large issue, a massive issue in the numbers. But stories like this in the last 3 to 4 years, 3 to 5 years, have been popping up on a regular intervals. And my contention today, Denise wanted me to focus on what's happening currently. And my contention is that it is because the government is pushing, the parliamentarians are pushing to increase the mandatory minimums of children to 40 years, which means that if a child who is convicted of murder would not have a chance to apply for parole until for 40 years, a minimum of 40 years. And which, just from off the bat, I am 100% against. Many people are against. Majority of submissions to Parliament have been from groups, from professional bodies such as the Psychiatric Association, the Psychological Association, such as UNICEF, that says that is anti-child development, and is actually would be causing more harm than good, more violence to children.